Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Arcane. My last reaction to Arcane, at least in the first season. I believe it's been renewed for a second season. I try not to look up and Google stuff until I've finished reacting, because I don't want any spoilers. So, okay, all right. Let's just talk about how I'm feeling right now. I have a feeling this is going to be rough. I have a feeling that I am going to be really upset by the end of this. Because as I said at the end of the last reaction, it feels kind of like I'm about to watch a really bad car crash. That there's just all of these forces, so to speak, people, I guess, but colliding. And the brilliance of this show is that I don't really blame anybody for that they're about to collide. I'm using this metaphor, I'm not entirely sure it's working, but you kind of know that it's going to happen, and it's just not going to be good. I don't know. I'm just very, very nervous going into this final episode, and I truly, truly hope I don't get my heart completely ripped out, but I don't have high hopes. I'm preparing myself right now. I'm very much preparing myself. Okay. Whew. Let's get into it. Oh, Jayce.
He knew what he was signing up for.
We're done here.
We haven't even scratched the surface. Silco's still out there.
The next parents who get a message their kid isn't coming home.
Oh.
I don't even know where to take it. This is over.
Not for me.
Take those off.
Make me.
Jayce,
I can't let you leave with them.
Then I guess you're gonna need to kill another trencher.
You know I love you, but you're not gonna win this fight. I don't think you're gonna win this fight. I mean, you might. I don't think so. Oh God! I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Vi. I feel bad for everybody.
You won't make it alone.
Oh goodness. Oh Victor. Oh my goodness. Talk about people I feel bad for.
But watching how you work so tirelessly to make the world a better place, well, I couldn't forgive myself if I didn't try. Everyone's got to do their part, right?
It's making me really sad. Oh, Victor! Mainly, I don't know if that would work. Oh my God. Oh shit, see, that might be so bad. It's already bad, but you know what, I don't know. Oh boy.
By comparison, I would set the world ablaze to protect our family.
No.
Wow.
I stopped being part of this family the moment you cast me out.
Because you weakened me. I couldn't endure the look in your eyes whenever I made the necessary decisions to keep us safe. And you come home, take your place at my side. It's where you belong.
That's a gorgeous shot, but I don't know that she's gonna go for that, you know? Oh my goodness. Oh, Victor's gonna make me cry. I'm trying to hold it together, but it's very difficult right now. No. No. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What about your disease without the hex cord? promise. We lost ourselves. In the pursuit of great, we failed to do good.
Oh my God, Victor!
Right?
Back to back against whatever the world threw at us. Now I'm forced to share the air with parasites like you.
Today is the day you die, Sevika.
I don't.
That's a risk I've known all my life.
Oh shit! Oh goodness! Who's gonna get his fabulous coat?
I would have had your son killed for this. Though I suppose we're ahead on that account.
Wow!
Get out.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Were you tempted?
Not for a worm like him, but he won't be the last.
That's probably fair. Whoa! Oh! Oh goodness.
Today I got a glimpse of what war between us might look like. Your people wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh!
I'm trying to save you from annihilation.
Okay.
And I need Jinx. She has to pay for what she's done.
They weren't her crimes.
If I had it my way, it'd be you rotting in Stillwater.
Oh!
Get me Jinx, and I'll give you your nation of Zon.
Damn! Okay, Jayce. Alright. Alright! Ooh. Oh, these two. Just icons.
You say all this came about in your own brief lifespan? How were you able to accomplish so much so quickly?
I'm surprised what you can pull off when your life depends on it.
And he's an icon.
It's not enough to give people what they need to survive. You have to give them what they need to live.
Oh. Echo. You're just like so perfect.
1,000 times I've imagined this moment. Oh, it all makes sense now, brother.
Oh my god.
Is there anything still undoing? As a daughter?
Oh god. I would like to preface this with I actually don't hate Sevika. But Vi, you better get her ass. Okay? Okay? Okay. Let's go. Oh. Holy moly! You gotta duck, girl. Oh! Vi, it's okay. You adapt. You adapt. Vi, I love you. Let's go. Come on, Speedy. You gotta get up. Vi.
Well, your guard needs work.
Shut up.
I wish I could say it gets easier, kiddo. What I can say is, she still needs you. They all do. So what do you say? That's my girl.
Whoa. Amazing. Got this, babe. Oh, jeez. Okay, alright, yeah, okay. Oh, my eyes breaking my heart. Alright, I'm okay, guys.
Bravo, sis.
My days here are numbered, but I've come with Victor, my partner, and a Zonite, with one final proposal.
In exchange for the Undercity's independence.
What nonsense! We have
Well, they're taking it well.
Really thought I buried this place. But I should have known better. Nothing ever stays dead. Are we alone? But he didn't make Jinx. You did.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, Powder. The only thing that kept me going was the thought of getting back to you. Are we still sisters?
I always knew you'd come back.
What's going on?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
He took everything from us.
The fuck?
I paid your girlfriend a visit this morning.
What the fuck? No!
I made her a snack. Sheesh, I'm not that crazy.
Powder! Leave her out of this!
Where should I sit? That's your choice, really.
What?
It could go away. Please.
I can't. No! Powder, listen. We can just go.
Her name is Jinx.
Oh, boy.
Everyone betrays us, Jinx. Vander. Her.
Oh,
They will never understand.
oh my goodness.
You're my daughter.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh,
I'll
God. Oh,
never
God.
forsake you.
Okay.
Drop the gun!
No. Wait. Oh, fuck.
Drop the gun.
Oh my God. I don't know. I think she's. Yeah. This is not. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Get your Milo! Fire! Stop! Damn it!
Oh.
Don't listen to her!
Yes!
Oh my God. Okay, what just happened? What just happened? Oh God.
No, I'm sorry, son.
I never would have given you to them. Not for anything. You're perfect.
Oh. Well, this is not good. I mean, obviously I didn't want the alternative, but I just...
We'll be okay.
It's just, she's going through it. She's going through it. She's not... Oh, fuck. She's gonna sit down. She's gonna sit down. Are you gonna sit down? You're gonna sit down. You're gonna sit down, and this is how it is, and you're just... Okay.
thought maybe you could love me like you used to. Even though I'm different. Here's to the new us.
I am the monster you created. You ripped out all my parts. I hope you know we had everything. I'll show them. We will show them all.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What could have been?
Wait.
I support Councillor Talus's proposal for peace.
Oh shit. I feel like this is the point of no return, right?
You ripped out all my parts.
Oh my god!
What could have been?
Oh my god! Okay, I need to collect myself for a second. Oh god. Okay. One moment. Okay. I needed to collect myself a little bit just because I just didn't want to be like sobbing and crying and sniffling during these post-episode thoughts. Well, I guess I have a lot to say. I'm not entirely sure that should be surprising to anybody, but you know, the one thing that I will say is that I was fairly correct in the fact that you kind of know that tragedy's gonna happen. I didn't know that it would be that bad with the ending and everything. But given everything that has been going on, and you know, as I said earlier, the brilliance of this show is the fact that everybody has their own reasons for doing what they're doing, and everybody's intentions are good. And well, maybe not everybody, but a lot of the characters, you know, you can kind of understand where they're coming from and everything. And as much as, you know, Jinx, I guess I'll call her Jinx now, like officially. This season's really been focusing on her struggle between where does Powder end, where does Jinx begin, and all of that. But it seems like a choice was made. Well, we'll get into that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Even the tragic ending of this is, you know, I don't have a lot of I don't know how to say this, but I don't have a ton of like hatred for the character or anything like that. I genuinely just feel sad that it got to that point, with a lot of different circumstances and her own mental health and everything like that. Where to begin? Truly, where to begin? I mean, okay. I guess I'm gonna talk first about Jayce and Victor. And that got me, a lot got me emotional in this episode. But Victor's journey, what a lovely character arc, and I mean tragic, but in my opinion, lovely. You can tell how honed in and focused he was to make these improvements, and that we couldn't wait. And you know, even both him and what Jayce, you know, did with Heimerdinger and things like that. You know, we have this, we can see how Victor got to the point that he did to take the risk. You know, I think, sure, I mean, his situation definitely enhanced that. He also knew he didn't have that much time left. And it was a you know, you could kind of see the difference between somebody like him and somebody like Heimerdinger, who is talking a lot about patience and doing things right. And I agree with a lot of that. And then we see Victor being like, I don't have time for that. And I don't, you know, and I love that in this, because of something unbelievably tragic. And you can tell that he was broken by, I mean, just hurting this woman, but also this woman who adored him very deeply and cared about him. I mean, it was very tragic to see this. And it really got to me when you can tell he was standing on the edge and he was going to jump, and Jayce was the one who pulled him back. And just like he was that person for Jayce. I love their friendship so much, and they kind of have very different lives and different maybe responsibilities and things like that, but I truly love that there just seems to be this bond between the two that will remain. I mean, I don't want to talk about the ending, but I love that. Quite something that when Victor is seen beside Jayce and not more so in the shadows and stuff like that, that happens. Just, you know. And I really like Jayce's character as well. He's kind of one of those, I feel like, very strong examples of somebody who is trying to do the right thing in a situation where there might not be a right answer. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think his mentality of going with Vi and being like, yes, but Silco is the problem, so let's take out Silco. Makes sense to me, you know. And then he sees, you know, what can happen when there is violence and there's just a dead kid, which affected him so greatly. And, you know, I also see Vi's perspective in that. And she's like, yeah, there's been dead kids, like, all the time. It happens. And a lot of that, you know, I mean, her two, was say brothers, you know, that, I believe she blames Silco for that. You know, if he never took Vander, you know, it's a cycle of events, but sure. We don't need to unpack that whole episode again, but I'm just saying, like, from Vi's perspective. And I think, you know, she's just like, yeah, okay, kids die. You know, she was still technically young, a kid or whatever, that she got dragged off to prison. She was, I think, beaten. All kinds of bad stuff happened to her. And she's just like, so you can go back to burying your head in the sand, but this is going to happen here. So I see both, and I think Jayce took that. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words a little bit. I think Jayce really, seeing that dead kid really brought it to heart, where he's thinking, you know what, if we can find a peaceful solution, we should. Because in the process of trying to take out Silco, right? How many people are going to die? How many kids are going to die? How many families are going to get torn apart? And what is the price? What is worth that? And I find him to be really interesting, a really interesting character, because he is I feel like a very, very good example of somebody who does not have good options, but he's trying so very hard to do what's right. He's got war and take out somebody who is damaging the Undercity, who is threatening, who has no good intentions for. Well, he has no good intentions for people topside. And by the way, I'm not entirely sure he should. That's not the. It's not the point I'm making here. The point I'm making is, so he has this option, and then he has option of maybe peace. Give him the nation of Zon, and more people won't needlessly die. So and I actually like that they focused on Jayce in that. I also like that they focused on him kind of being navigating through the council and hopefully being a decent influence on them towards the end. But no matter what, it's funny when he was making his speech about we should try to find a peaceful solution. I agree on paper that that's a good idea, but that's is. What do you... Yeah, let's just give Silco what he wants. I don't really think Silco was ever going to give up Jinx. I'm not entirely sure. That was a good move, though. And I'm not entirely sure that Jayce knew how good of a move he made. You know what I mean? And, I like him, but I don't think he necessarily knew the strong bond between Silco and Jinx. That was kind of that was the move. That was the move, and he made it. He made it, possibly unknowingly, but he did it. I was like, okay, Jayce, all right. That's how you negotiate. But I didn't think Silco was ever going to go for that, so it might have all not really, worked out anyway. But I think we were kind of leading towards some type of violent conflict, no matter what. So. And there's just the tragedy. I assume every single person in that council meeting is not gonna make it. I know Victor's got some stuff flowing through his veins, but I don't really think that can battle that. And that makes me very sad. There's a handful of people in there that I don't really care if they die, but and you know what I have to say? It was a beautiful moment for Mel as well, to kind of say, no, we have to do, I mean, she's always kind of sort of been in that, on that path, at least as of recently and stuff. And but you know what I have to say about that? Mom's gonna be mad. Mom. You know, it was a very interesting thing that she kind of weirdly admitted her care for her daughter when she said, you know, you made me weak. So, and I needed to make the decisions that I did, and you made me weak throughout it. Mom. I think attacking and killing her only, I would assume her only, I don't know every detail of her life, but one of her only, we'll say, emotional weaknesses is probably not going to be good. I'm just going to say that. Listen, we got problems coming up. Of course, we definitely do. I love the little moment between Heimerdinger and Echo. Echo being an icon, as always. Echo being the best, as always. Echo is everything. Obviously. Anyway, but very brief moment between the two. However, I do want to mention that I loved that there was this moment that Heimerdinger kind of was like, oh, you've accomplished all of this in such a little amount of time. It gave him a little bit of perspective, because I think sometimes his words have been kind of harsh. I don't think he's ever meant them to be harsh. And in general, there is a very good, you know, I kind of love that in this episode, and they didn't have interactions with each other, but Heimerdinger understood Victor a little bit more, and Victor understood Heimerdinger a little bit more, like the points that were being made. You know, where Victor had that amazing line where he says, you know, I'm paraphrasing because I just watched it and I don't have it memorized, but you know, in the pursuit of trying to be great, we lost sight of being good. And that, you know, as much as I think sometimes Heimerdinger does not take into account the, you know, the shorter lifespans and you know, that sometimes people don't have time to wait for progress like he does. They don't have that patience. They don't have that, you know, the longer lifespan. I think he has made good points in the fact that, you know, you have to test things out. We have to take time with it and whatever. But I loved that there was this little moment with Heimerdinger looking at what Echo has created and been kind of impressed that, you know, he did this and, you know, did it in the name of doing good. And it was a beautiful moment. It was small and maybe overlooked, but by some, I don't know. I have no idea, but I thought it was a very significant moment for his character as well. So I wanted to mention that. I'm going to talk Sevika. Let's talk about Sevika just briefly. I don't know what's going to happen kind of going forward with, you know, Silco being taken out of the picture. I assume there might be a bit of a power struggle between Sevika and Jayce. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I don't really know, but that could be a thing. It was interesting that she, you know, I liked her moment where she, you know, she stood by Silco. But she also, after that, she was like, listen, people are still going to be, like, you can't ignore the fact that people are having some grievances right now. She didn't exactly say that, but I like that, like, even after being, like, loyal and sticking by his side, that she was kind of like, but let's get it together, shall we? And, you know, I wish we saw a little bit more of their relationship. Sevika and Silco's. We saw a fair bit. I'm not saying that we haven't seen any, but it would have been interesting because obviously she's very frustrated with the fact that he has this, you know, just deep love for Jayce. I don't think she's frustrated with that, but the fact that Jayce has kind of made things a little bit difficult and Sevika's frustrated, but you know, I can see where that kind of can boil up and stuff. But I think she has she does have a deep loyalty. I think she has a belief in what Silco's trying to do and everything like that. So she had a good episode, at least in my opinion, of kind of showcasing who she is. So I like that. That being said, I wanted Vi to kick the shit out of her. You know what I mean? I mean, just a little bit. Okay, let me talk about that scene. I was getting emotional. And I was getting emotional before Vander showed up. Okay? And let me tell you why. Vi. Beautiful soul. Okay. There are some aspects of Vi's character that I really relate to. And, you know, at such a young age, she had a lot of responsibility. And she always had to keep her shit together for the benefit of her siblings and stuff like that. And Vander kind of instilled that into her. I mean, there are interactions in the beginning of the season that we've come so far from that, but at the same time are still some of my favorite interactions of the show, period. I still love Vander so much. And I think he was really trying to prepare her for responsibility. And I feel like a lot of this is also her personality, but I think it's also something that has been instilled into her. That keep it together. Keep it together. Don't lose your shit. Now, she's for sure hothead who likes to talk with her fists. Okay, I'm not saying that. But she does have this air of really needing to be the responsible one. And you could see throughout that fight with Sevika, the rage coming out, the emotion coming out, the screams with she is letting it out. And as somebody who I'm fairly similar, it was just something that I really noticed, that she, you know, throughout this fight was really letting out everything that she is going through. The tragedy of coming back and seeing what your sister has become, and after, you know, how long you're sitting there in a cell just going over in your head, you know, when I get to powder, I'll say this, when I get to powder this, you know, and to see what has become of your sister. It's just, it's so much. And to realize that she possibly, you know, could, you know, she thought that she could have maybe some help to take out Silco, and that it didn't really work out for her. And it's this, okay, well, I have to do it myself. And I think, God, just everything that she's going through, just let it out right there. And then obviously, Vander showing up in that was very, very emotional. So emotional. And you can tell that he's still such a big presence of a father figure to her. Such a big presence of being kind of this voice to lead her, hopefully, in the right direction, in the direction that she's supposed to go into. So that was a big scene. It was a very emotional scene. I also want to talk about Silco having that kind of conversation with Vander, kind of understanding him a little bit, and the talk about daughters. You know, and in his last moments, in their own way, I guess, in their last moments, they were trying to save their daughters. Silco a little, but, well, again, we'll get to that, but in their own way, right? You know, like Vander, in his last moments, just got Vi to safety, and Silco in his last moments was trying to eliminate, you know, because I don't think Silco sees Powder as his daughter, he more so sees Jayce as his daughter, and I think he was trying to eliminate what could take his daughter away. Right or wrong? Well, you know. That last scene felt like a kind of the pure example of what I was talking about, you know, watching a car crash. It felt like this descent into madness with Jayce. And it's almost nothing anyone could really do, you know. She has always had this struggle of, well, I guess not always, but in recent, Powder or Jayce. And the thing is that I don't really think it's one or the other. But I think she's so desperately trying to figure out who she should be, what's right. She's also trying to figure out who to trust. And it doesn't help that sometimes she doesn't really see reality as exactly as it may be. And she's got these voices that are twisting things a bit, and so the confusion that she feels is so very significant. And she's got this chair that says Powder and this chair that says Jayce, and where does she sit? And guess I'll say that I'm glad she didn't kill Caitlyn. I actually really love Caitlyn. And I don't blame Caitlyn for, could you, I mean, put yourself in Caitlyn's shoes. My goodness. Like, I don't blame her for trying to break free and, you know, and obviously, you know, with everything that Jinx has done, and it's tough, and she was, oh my God, I think Caitlyn has a deep care for Vi, and that was the reason that she didn't just, right off the bat, just, she's, oh God, it's just, it's so horrible, and then look what she loses. Look what she loses. I mean, the tragedy of this whole thing is it's horrible. And something that is interesting. In that moment where, it all happened very quickly. You know, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I think I'm correct with it, it happened quickly, okay, guys? But, you know, Silco picked up the gun, and I think you shoot Vi. And Jinx, Powder, maybe, in that moment, didn't let that happen. She loves Vi, I would say, more than anyone. And it's complicated because she's changed, Vi has changed. They're different people than they once were. Stuff has been done. Things have been done. But in that moment, she made a choice. And she lost somebody very important to her. And I'm sure you could write essays on the relationship between Jinx and Silco. And though there's love there, is it, you know, is that really a great relationship? And there's a lot of baggage there, I think. But losing Silco, the pain that she felt in that moment of losing somebody who, say what you will about their relationship, didn't abandon her, and I don't believe was going to hand her over at all, like he said, as he... That is the tipping point, you know? And we can also talk about the tragedy of Vi being tied to a chair and having to just watch this all sort of unfold. You know, I think Vi was very, very desperately trying to say whatever she could to try to, like, de-escalate. You know, she doesn't have much, she doesn't give a fuck about Silco, let's be real here. But especially with the Caitlyn situation and just like, don't kill my sister, don't kill Caitlyn, everybody, let's, like, nobody kill anybody, you know. But it's tragic for her to be tied down, because she's a fighter at her core. And, you know, if she could, she would try to put her body in between Caitlyn and Jinx or Powder, or, you know, and say, no, like, it's that, hey, like, let's not, but it's just, she kind of just had to watch this horrible chain of events just happen, being tied to a chair. And, you know, we see Jinx in that moment, you know, she embraces Jinx. She embraces this, you know, it's such a significant moment for her. And she truly, I just feel, she truly I think looking at Vi and what she said to Vi, saying, you know, I thought that maybe you could love the person that I've become, and you've changed too, and there's just tragedy in what's happened. And anyway. And then she does something that I don't think there's coming back from. At all. I mean, really, you possibly could make it, you know, there's other stuff that was the point of no return, but this is really I think that's it. And how I don't even know, how do they go forward with this? You know? Is Jinx forever? I mean, I don't think that it's an either or thing. I think you can still be who you were at your core, but you also have to accept the fact that you've changed and your things that have happened to you will shape who you've become. It was a very interesting part where she said, you know, the Vi you made Jinx, you know. And it kind of even like brings back to a couple episodes ago where Vi actually shows up in episode 6, I believe, and she's like, are you real? You know, it kind of shows that, you know, Vi's been in her head a lot, and that doesn't help with the guilt that Vi feels that the last thing that she said to her was, you're a Jinx, you know. Yeah, I don't think Vi's gonna forgive herself. That does make me sad. I mean, just in the sense of she keeps saying, you know, like, I shouldn't have left you, I shouldn't have abandoned, you know. And it's like it wasn't really her choice. You know, she had to walk away from that confrontation, obviously, you know, so I believe, you know, maybe she's more so referring to that, but still, it's like you got dragged away and put in prison. It's not like you up and was like, all right, fuck you, you know, and just like walked off. It's just, so I just, if she really, you know, blames herself for that, then I feel like her final words to her sister, she's gonna blame herself for, and then that's stuck in Powder's head, and just on repeat, and almost like an obsessive, you know, what would Vi say, and just, it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. And that's, you know, when I look at Jinx, I just feel bad about the person that she's become because of all of this. That final scene, I felt awful for Caitlin. Say that too. I mean, It's another person trying her best to do the right thing, and I mean, I don't know if she can see exactly where it landed, but she just lost two very, significant people that she cared about. That, I'm pretty sure she knew where that was headed. But that broke my heart. That really broke my heart. And where do you go from here? Well, I'm sure they have all sorts of plans going forward, but I mean, really, at the heart of it, this story is about these two sisters who clearly, who at the beginning of this season wanted to stick together no matter what, and then to see that we may have had just so much irreparable damage that they can't even mend it. I don't want to say go back to where they were, because nobody can ever go back to where you were after, well, in general, as you grow up, but you can't go back to where you were after trauma and how you have changed coping with that trauma, right? But it's tragic that they are, there's definitely a divide here, even though the love is still there. I think that's not in question, that there's love. We know that. We've seen that. But it's just really tragic, in my opinion. Anyway, I guess that's the most of what I wanted to say. I'm sure I could talk for a while longer, but I won't, because I think I've been talking for a while. So, goodness. All right. Brilliant show. One of my favorites, especially recently, that I've reacted to, but this was just beyond brilliant, and I'm really glad that a lot of people recommended it to me, that I, decided to slot it in, and I absolutely adore it. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.